we are concerning with fossil fuel as far as syllabus is concerned, right? Okay. So yesterday we defined fossil fuel. So fossil fuels are combustible substances. So fossil fuels, they after burning in air produce large amount of heat, and that heat can be utilized for various engineering purposes, right? So here combustion word is very important because in case of nuclear fuels, we talk about fission and fusion reaction. Now, what is combustion? Combustion is reaction of the elements present in fuel, maybe carbon, hydrogen, sulfur, or maybe molecules present in a fuel with oxygen of air. Okay, so to get energy, heat energy, that is what a combustion. Burning in presence of oxygen of air is combustion, and heat is produced that can be utilized. Okay, so accordingly we classified fuels according to physical state and their origin. Okay, the physical state is solid, liquid, and gas, and origin may be a natural. Okay, or we call them as a primary, or origin may be prepared or secondary. So accordingly we classified them, and it is very general. Okay, then we understood the various criteria which we used while selecting fuel, okay, for particular engineering task. Okay, so these are the criteria. So first is calorific value. It should be very high because it is heat producing capacity of fuel. Ignition temperature should be moderate. Then cost and transportation, cost should be low obviously and easily available and transportable. Moisture content should be low. Then non-combustible matters like ash should be low because both of them, the moisture and ash or non-combustible matter, they reduce calorific value. So they should be as low as possible. Products of combustion should not be poisonous, right? And should not pollute our environment. And last was a pyrometric effect. Okay, so that should be high. So pyrometric effect is high means large amount of heat can be produced from the fuel. Okay, so these are the characteristics of fuel. Then yesterday we defined this calorific value. Okay, so in scientific way, so it is the amount of heat produced by complete combustion of unit mass of fuel. Amount of heat produced in say calories by complete burning of unit mass, say 1 gram. Okay, amount of calories produced per gram or per kilogram, whatever, kilocalorie per kilogram or calories per gram. Okay, so that is what a calorific value. Then there are two types of calorific values, high or gross calorific value. They are called as HCV or GCV, and these are the this is theoretical calorific value. Theoretical, that cannot be utilized for engineering purpose 100% because there is loss. Theoretically means when we make calculation, okay, based on fuel we have, what amount of carbon is there, what amount of hydrogen there, or whatever molecule, combustible molecule is there. So according to percentage of the combustible elements present in a fuel, we can have a theoretical calculation. But that theoretical calculation leads to theoretical value of calorific value called as a gross value, you know, gross and net. So that gross cannot be utilized 100%. What we utilize is net or low. Okay, net calorific value or low calorific value. So let us define these two. Okay, so first we will look at the theoretical calorific value. So theoretical calorific value is gross calorific value or high calorific value. Okay, or hypothetical, we can say hypothetical value that cannot be utilized for industrial purpose. Okay. So let us see definition of high calorific value. You just see it is the amount of heat produced when a unit mass of fuel is burned completely. Okay. And the products of combustion are cooled down to room temperature. So meaning of this is, see, initially we define calorific value as amount of heat produced by complete combustion of unit mass of fuel. Okay. So high calorific value is not just heat of combustion. Something is added to heat of combustion according to definition. Because the first part of this definition is it is the amount of heat produced when a unit mass of fuel is burned completely. Okay. So this is what the heat of combustion means. When we burn any fuel, say if we burn 1 kg of coal, so heat will be produced. Okay, but that is what the only one part. This is calorific value or heat of combustion. But in the definition of gross calorific value, we have another part, and that is connected with this and. So it is not just heat of combustion. So it is combination of something else with combustion, heat of combustion. So and the products of combustion are cooled down to room temperature. A combination, when products of combustion are cooled down to room temperature, something is happening, and that is added, that that process of cooling of the combustion products add some heat to the heat of combustion, and we get gross value or theoretical value. Okay, so when we perform experiment in laboratory, basically, so that is theoretical experiment. Okay, so there we get heat of combustion according to first part of the definition, and we get something else when the products of combustion are cooled down to room temperature. Okay, this is the basic difference. So let us see what is that part. Let us see the explanation for this definition. See, during burning of fuel, okay, hydrogen present in it is converted into water vapors. So this is what combustion. See, you know well, suppose we have a coal and we burn it. What will happen? Carbon will react with oxygen and carbon dioxide is produced and heat is generated. Similarly, sulfur reacts with oxygen, sulfur dioxide is produced, heat is generated. Similarly, hydrogen, it reacts with oxygen and water vapors are produced, right? Wait a minute. Okay, so during during burning of fuel, hydrogen present in it converted into water vapors. 2H2 plus O2 gives 2H2O and heat is generated, right? That is the reaction. But our point is what? The second part. First part we understood, the amount of heat produced when unit mass of fuel is burned completely, that we know. Okay, reaction of all elements with oxygen and heat is produced. That is heat of combustion. But gross is not just heat of combustion, something is added into it. That is what the second part. After and the products of combustion are cooled down to room temperature. So what are these products? Which product is contributing towards the heat of combustion or adding to heat of combustion and contributing towards gross calorific value? Okay, so that we are trying to understand. So for that purpose, this statement is useful for us. So during burning of fuel, hydrogen present in it is converted into water vapors. Now experiment is over. See, hydrogen is burned into hydrogen gas. Sorry, hydrogen is converted into water vapors. Okay, and heat is generated. H2H2 plus O2, 2H2O. Heat is generated. It is heat of combustion. But now, when the products of combustion काय आहे? Water vapors are cooled down to room temperature. जर ते water vapor आपण cool केले room temperature ला, what will happen? The steam, means water vapors, get condensed. Okay, so steam is a vapor state of water, will be condensed and converted into liquid water. And during this process, latent heat of steam is evolved according to thermodynamics. You must have heard about this. Latent heat of steam. Okay, so that is generated, and that latent heat of steam gets added to heat of combustion. You understand? So overall, we get GCB is what? Uh, Heat of combustion plus latent heat of steam because of the cooling of the combustion product at room temperature. Okay, so the steam gets condensed into water and latent heat of steam is evolved. Thus, this latent heat of steam gets added in the total heat produced. म्हणजे heat of combustion मध्ये add होते, and as a result we get large amount of heat. Okay, so which is theoretical value. Why theoretical value? That is over here. But in actual practice, the water vapors are not condensed, but escape into the atmosphere along with exhaust gases. You understand meaning of this? See, when we do theoretical calculation, we consider water vapors are condensed, right? And that heat of latent heat of steam, that is added to heat of combustion. But when we use any fuel for a practical purpose, for example, we use petrol in our IC engine. So what will happen? So whatever hydrocarbons present or say carbon present in petrol will be converted into CO2, right? Hydrocarbons will be converted into CO2 into H2O, right? And what we have is what? Heat of combustion. Okay, but hydrogen present is converted into water vapors. But in our vehicle, we do not condense our exhaust gas, right? The exhaust gas CO2, H2O, SO2, whatever exhaust gas produced means products of combustion produced, we just leave them into the atmosphere. म्हणजे आपल्या गाडीमधून आपण काय करतो, इंजिन ऑन करतो, कंबशन होतं, वॉटर वेपर्स असतील त्या निघून जातात into the atmosphere. So water vapors cannot be trapped for practical purpose. That means we cannot utilize latent heat of steam that is expected to be produced by the condensation of water vapors. You understand? So in actual practice, the water vapors which are produced during combustion, they are not condensed, but they are removed or escape into the atmosphere along with exhaust gases. That is what the common practice. म्हणजे इंडस्ट्री मध्ये जरी तुम्ही पकडलात, we burn large amount of coal for generation of heat, right? But product of combustion, in case of coal, carbon converted to CO2, hydrogen converted to water. Okay, so those CO2 and H2O, which are the products of combustion, they are allowed to escape into the atmosphere through chimney. You know well, chimney. Means practically we cannot trap latent heat of steam because products of combustion are released into the atmosphere. So what we get is just net value. Okay, therefore lesser amount of heat is available, and that is called as a net calorific value. You understand? So net calorific value is actual value that can be utilized for engineering purpose, and gross is what? Is a heat of combustion plus latent heat of steam. So latent heat of steam cannot be utilized because steam cannot be condensed. Okay, they are allowed to escape. Okay, so we will define now net calorific value because gross calorific value is of no use for us. It is just hypothetical value. Okay. So net calorific value definition is, it is the net amount of heat produced when a unit mass of fuel is burnt completely. बघा पहिला पार्ट काय बघा, जो बघायचाच आहे, म्हणजे ही हीट ऑफ कंबशन आहे. When a unit mass of fuel is burned completely, whatever heat produced, that heat, okay, and the products of combustion are allowed to escape into the atmosphere. So this is actually, or this is practical case when we use any fuel for engineering purpose in industry or in our vehicle or somewhere else. So what we do, we burn that fuel. Okay, so what will happen? Heat is produced. Okay, and the remaining products, they are allowed to escape into the atmosphere. So water vapors are allowed to escape into the atmosphere. So latent heat is not there. So this is what the definition of net calorific value or low calorific value. I will read out again. It is the net amount of heat produced when a unit mass of fuel is burnt completely, and the products of combustion are not cooled down. What is done? They are allowed to escape into the atmosphere. Okay, so practically we have just heat of combustion. So therefore net calorific value जे आपल्याला प्रॅक्टिकली मिळते ती काय आहे? नेट कॅलोरिफिक व्हॅल्यू इज इक्वल टू ग्रॉस कॅलोरिफिक व्हॅल्यू, okay, GCV minus latent heat of steam. You understand? So if we subtract latent heat of steam from gross calorific value, we will get practical calorific value that can be utilized for engineering purpose. Okay. So accordingly, we have GCV minus the latent heat of steam can be written as 9 into H by 100 into 587, where H is the percentage of hydrogen. हायड्रोजनचं पर्सेंटेज जे काय आहे त्या फ्यूल मधलं, दॅट इज एच, ओके, in the fuel, and 587 kilocalorie per kilogram is the theoretical latent heat of steam. You understand? So that is subtracted from GCV value. Okay, so and we get net value or practical calorific value. So net calorific value is equal to gross calorific value minus 9 into hydrogen percentage in that fuel divided by 100 into 587 kilocalories per kilogram. Okay. Now units of calorific values, you know well, you must have heard about this. For solid and liquid fuels, we have calories per gram or kilocalories per kilogram, and for gaseous fuel, means for gases, we have kilocalorie per meter cube. Kilocalorie per meter cube. Okay. So this is what the definition of two types of calorific values: gross calorific value and net calorific value. Okay. Now question is how to calculate then NCV. See, look at the formula. NCV is equal to GCV minus 9 into H by 100 into 587. So what we do is we determine GCV. So there are several methods we use in industry for determination of gross calorific value of a fuel. Okay, it may be a coal or any other fuel that we use. Okay, so that value is determined and that is substituted over here. Percentage of hydrogen also can be determined, okay, by performing reactions or following processes. Hydrogen percentage can be determined. So once we know gross calorific value of that fuel, hydrogen percentage, NCV is equal to just GCV minus this formula. You will get practical calorific value. You can determine its utilization. So that coal, that coal can be used for which purpose? That we can fix its cost. म्हणजे आपण कॉस्ट फिक्स करू शकतो त्याच्या ह्या व्हॅल्यूवरून, एनसी व्हॅल्यूवरून त्याची आपण वर्थ फाइंड आउट करू शकतो. ओके, त्याची काय क्वालिटी म्हणजे प्राइस फिक्स करू शकतो. कमर्शियल सगळ्या टर्म ह्या त्याच्या एनसीव्ही व्हॅल्यूवर डिपेंड असतात. Okay, so basically NCV is determined with this formula. So in this formula we have GCV. GCV is direct, DCV can be determined by two methods. It can be determined by performing experiment, actual experiment. One of them is bomb calorimeter experiment. You might have heard about this. Okay, we simply put the given coal quantity or any other fuel and we determine its calorific value, gross calorific value. Okay, that is gross actually. Okay, and we subtract this value, okay, percentage of hydrogen along with the remaining term, and we get NCV. Okay, this is one method, experimental method. But another method is what? Use of Dulong's formula. The GCV can be determined by Dulong's formula directly. So let us see that, because that is included in our syllabus. Bombs calorimeter experiment is now removed from the syllabus. Okay, previously it was there. Okay, so by using that we can determine GCV and substitute all figures and you get NCV. But that is not included in our syllabus. So what is included in our syllabus is Dulong's formula for GCV, or high calorific value. So this formula is GCV or HCV is equal to 1 by 100 into the bracket 8080 into C, 8080 into C plus 34,500 into the bracket percentage of hydrogen minus oxygen, this is not 0, this is oxygen percentage, by 8 bracket complete plus 2240 into S kilocalories per kilogram. So this is what a direct formula we can use. Okay, so here we have C, that is percentage of carbon, H percentage of hydrogen, O percentage of oxygen, S percentage of sulfur. So meaning of this is we should determine these percentages for given fuel by chemical analysis, okay, and substitute in this formula. You will get GCV. Once you get GCV, sorry, substitute that GCV value in this formula, NCV formula, substitute that GCV value and H percentage, you will get NCV value. Okay. So once you know NCV value, you can define its utilization, you can fix its price. Okay. So here CHSO are percentages. It's not a weight. Percentages of carbon, hydrogen, sulfur, and oxygen respectively. So basically, see what DeLong's did, that I will explain. Okay. So according to DeLong's, see calorific value of any fuel, say coal. So calorific value of any coal is the sum of the calorific value of all elements present in it. छान एकदम सिंपल त्याने त्याचं कॅल्क्युलेशन केलं त्यांनी लॉजिक लावलं. Calorific value of any fuel is the sum of the calorific values of all the combustible elements present in it. Okay, so accordingly, see combustible elements in coal especially, okay, are carbon, hydrogen and sulfur. These three elements are combustible. Oxygen is non-combustible, but it is there. Nitrogen is also there in a coal. Okay, so he what he did, or how he defined, so gross calorific value is what, sum of the calorific value of carbon, hydrogen, sulfur. Okay, असं गृहीत धरलं. ओके, मांडलं त्याने. तर कार्बनची थिओरिटिकल व्हॅल्यू काय आहे? कार्बनची थिओरिटिकल जीसीव्ही किती आहे? 8080 किलो कॅलरीज पर किलोग्राम. Means if you burn 1 kilogram of carbon, you will get 8080 kilocalories. So he considered its theoretical calorific value 8080, and he multiplied it by percentage of carbon in that particular coal. Okay, then this is what the theoretical calorific value of hydrogen, 34,500. So if you burn 1 kg of hydrogen, you will get 34,500 kilocalories. So he considered that theoretical value. And for sulfur, it is 2240 kilocalorie per kilogram. Means if you burn 1 kilogram of sulfur, you will get 2240 kilocalories. Okay, so he just sum up the calorific values of carbon and multiply them by their respective percentages. Means 8080 is a calorific value of carbon multiplied by percentage of carbon in that fuel. Okay, here 34,500 into percentage of hydrogen. Okay, and here oxygen contribution is subtracted. That is very interesting point. Okay, and plus 2240 is a calorific value of sulfur. It is multiplied by percentage of sulfur, and we get gross calorific value. You understand? So with the help of this formula and NCV formula, we can determine the GCV and NCV. So let us solve this problem. Okay, it's a very simple problem. You need calculator for that. So problem 1, you write down a sample of coal has, लिहून घ्या सगळ्यांनी. A sample of coal has the following composition. Sample of coal has the following composition by mass, by weight. By mass. Carbon 80%, carbon 80%, comma, hydrogen 4%, oxygen 6%, sulfur 3%, nitrogen 2%, and ash 5%. And ash 5%. Calculate, calculate gross and net calorific value. Calculate gross and net calorific value using Dulong's formula. Using Dulong's formula. Okay. असा प्रॉब्लेम विचारला जातो जनरली. एक मिनिट हा. बघा सोपा प्रॉब्लेम आहे, यात काहीच नाही आहे, एकदम सिंपल आहे. काय करायचं आपल्याला, वी हॅव टू फाइंड आउट GCV and LCV. Okay, we have to find out GCV and LCV. Wait a minute. बघा आपलं काय करायचं आहे, सॉरी, GCV and NCV. Okay, GCV and NCV. So we know that GCV can be determined by Dulong's method. This is what a Dulong's method that can be directly determined. 1 by 100, 8080 into C plus 34,500 into H minus O by 8 bracket complete plus 2240 into S. So here CHOS are what? Percentages of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, sulfur respectively, which are directly given. Okay, so this is not weight actually. CHOS are percentages and not weight. Means what you have to do, you just have to substitute these percentages in this formula. So carbon over here, hydrogen, oxygen, and sulfur. Then you will get GCV value. Once you get GCV value, substitute in an NCV value, NCV formula, and then you will get NCV value. Okay, so it's very easy. So I will try to draw over here. So 1 by 100, right, into the bracket, add 0, add 0. Okay, पहिला तुम्ही फॉर्म्युला लायला पाहिजे कंपल्सरी, डायरेक्ट सबस्टिट्यूट नाही करायचं. इनटू percentage of carbon is 80, so substitute 80 plus 34,500 calorific value of hydrogen into the bracket. H percentage is a 4, so I should write 4 minus oxygen percentage is 6. Okay, divided by 8 bracket complete plus 2240 into percentage of sulfur is 3 bracket complete. Okay, this oxygen, nitrogen, and ash, they are non-combustible. Okay, so they are actually nitrogen and ash, they are not added in this formula, but oxygen contribution is subtracted over here. 6% is subtracted. Now you just use your calculator and calculate and tell me the answer. Okay, so unit of this answer will be kilocalories per kilogram. Calculate fast. कॅल्क्युलेट झालं की मला सांगा उत्तर. केअरफुली कॅल्क्युलेट करा, खूप सोपं आहे. कॅल्क्युलेशन मध्ये तुमचे मार्क जाऊन देत नको. फक्त तुम्हाला काय करायचं, ऍडिशन सबट्रॅक्शन करायचे, मल्टिप्लिकेशन करायचे, आणि काय करायचं नाहीये. चला, हा बोला, किती आला आन्सर? कॅल्क्युलेटर आहेत प्रत्येकाकडे? झालं का? थोडा वेळ लागतो. बोला पटपट. हॅलो. हा बोल. किती आला?
तर 7652.45.
Absolutely correct. Very nice. Perfect. So this is what the answer. Very good. काय त्याने आन्सर सांगितलं ते बरोबर आहे. 7652.45, right? 0.45 kilocalories per kilogram. So meaning of this is 7652.45 kilocalories can be obtained by burning of 1 kg of this coal. Okay. Value. This cannot be utilized, right, for engineering purpose. What we utilize is NCV value. So that is now NCV is equal to gross calorific value minus 9 into percentage of hydrogen 9 H by 100, right, into latent heat of steam 587. So this we need to calculate. So here we have got GC value, that is 7652.45 minus 9 into H. H is what? Now percentage only. This is not a weight. This is percentage. What is percentage of hydrogen? It is 4%, right? So that 4 I should substitute over here. 9 into 4 by 100 into 587. So this is practical value. Just calculate this fast. Kilo calories per kilogram. Calculate this.
Sir,
Bull.
7441.13.
Right, 7441.13 kilocalorie per kilogram. That is what the actual calorific value that we can utilize for industrial purpose. Okay, 7441.13 kilocalorie can be utilized per kg of given coal. Which coal? Having this analysis. Understand? So without using bomb calorimeter or any calorimeter, we can determine its NCV value, right? First we determine GCV by Dulong's formula. This is Dulong's formula, right? And then we substitute in the NCV formula, we get NCV. Okay. So take down another example, and that may be a homework problem. Then we will stop. Okay. Write down. A coal sample has the following composition by weight. A coal sample has the following composition by weight: carbon 75%, carbon 75%, hydrogen 7%, carbon 75%, hydrogen 7%, oxygen 8%, oxygen 8%, sulfur 4%, sulfur 4%, nitrogen 2%, and ash 4%, and ash 4%. Calculate the net calorific value of coal. Calculate the net calorific value of coal using DeLong's formula. Percentage परत सांगतो. Carbon 75, hydrogen 7, oxygen 8, sulfur 4, nitrogen 2, ash 4. Okay, so similar formula. Okay, similar formula you should use for GCV, and then formula for NCV. You will get NCV. Okay, that you solve at home. Another problem you take down. सेकंड प्रॉब्लेम थोडासा वेगळा आहे. थोडं तुम्ही विचार करा. सोपा आहे पण थोडासा वेगळा आहे. Calculate the GCV and HCV. Calculate the GCV and NCV of calculate the GCV and NCV of 2.5 kilograms of carbon. Calculate the GCV and NCV of 2.5 kilograms of carbon. ओके, असाही प्रश्न ते विचारतात एक्झाम मध्ये. त्याच्यावरती विचार करा. सोपा आहे. कसा काढायचं बघा. जीसीबी आणि एनसीबी दोन्ही पाहिजे. If I burn 2.5 kilograms of carbon, what GCV is expected and what NCV we can get for practical utilization. Understood? सगळ्यांना प्रॉब्लेम ऐकायला आलाय बरोबर?
नो सर, रिपीट करा.
ओके. कुठला सेकंड प्रॉब्लेम का पहिला?
सेकंड सर.
सेकंड. Calculate GCV and NCV of 2.5 kilograms of carbon. Calculate GCV and NCV of 2.5 kilograms of carbon. तुम्हाला समजा 2.5 kg कार्बन दिला आहे. ओके, तर त्याची थिओरिटिकल कॅलोरिफिक व्हॅल्यू काय असेल, म्हणजे जीसीबी काय असेल, आणि प्रॅक्टिकल कॅलोरिफिक व्हॅल्यू काय असेल, म्हणजे एनसीबी काय असेल, असं विचारलेलं आहे. ओके, सोपं आहे. असं विचारलं पण एक्झाम मध्ये. तर बघा, तुम्ही दोन्ही प्रॉब्लेम सॉल्व्ह करा. आपण नेक्स्ट टाइम बघूया. ठीक आहे, कसं सॉल्व्ह करायचं ते. सो आय थिंक वी शुड स्टॉप हियर. Yesterday some of you were absent for class test. See, class test is compulsory. Okay, if you don't give class test, so your internal test mark and term work mark will be definitely affected. Okay, and see, we are going to conduct orals according to syllabus. So for oral, I think sometime it is difficult to answer the questions. So if you don't answer, then you will be losing marks. So in that case, we consider these marks, test mark. And your oral performance is good in class test and UT, you will definitely get highest term work, means 24, 25, 25 out of 25 also. So that's the significance of these marks. Okay, so you give this test sincerely. Try to get maximum marks out of that. Okay, then your term work will be good. Because anyhow, we are not going to conduct experiments physically, right? So what is the way we should give term work marks? So these are the criteria. UT marks, Okay, these Monday classes mark, or maybe your oral performance. Okay. So let us stop here. You just give your attendance in chat box and you can leave. Thank you.